Hey, good morning. Kind of getting a late start this morning. It's about 9:30. Finally got everything packed up, filtered a couple extra liters of water. So my load's a little heavier because I'm carrying about 4 liters right now. Got a little dry stretch for the next 8 miles. I'm at 6,100 feet elevation right now, climbing up to 7,500 over the next 4 miles. So let me get into it. All right, it's 12:30 on day 2, Friday, July 1st. I didn't start hiking this morning till about 9:30. I was moving really slow. Didn't feel bad, not real sore or anything like that. I felt okay physically. I don't know, I was just being lazy. Didn't really want to get out of bed and moving really slow, but got started from Bear Creek at about 9:30. I have hiked 2.3 miles so far today, which may not really sound like a lot mileage-wise, but up here, really the elevation is almost more important than the mileage because, I'll put it to you this way. It's been 3 hours since I started. Now I've been sitting here for about a half an hour. I took a little break, but, so in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours of hiking, I've gone 2.3 miles. I'm going at about 1 mile an hour, but I've gained over 1,000 feet of elevation. I mean, that's a pretty big gain over the course of 2 miles to gain 1,000 feet. That's some steep uphill. So you do that kind of slow, obviously, going uphill, especially up here because my lungs are still getting used to the thinner air up here. There's less oxygen in the air at this altitude, and I'm still adjusting to that, so it tires you out even faster than it normally would. As far as plans for the rest of today, I still have a little bit to climb. I'm going to be climbing for about another 1.9 miles, which sounds like it would take me as long as it's taken me to get to this point because I've only come 2.3 miles. But in those 2.3 miles, like I said, I climbed over 1,000 feet. And in the next 1.9, I'm only going to climb about another 300 or 400 feet. So it's not going to be as steep for the next couple miles. I'll still be going uphill, but should be able to go a little faster than I have been going. And then once I get up 2 miles from here, I'll be at the high point of this segment. And then from there, it's 4 miles to the river, but it's all downhill. So I'll be making a lot faster time when I get to the high point, heading down to the river. So I still have about 6 miles left to go today. But honestly, as far as time goes, I've done 2.3 miles. I have 6 miles left. Those 6 miles will probably take me about as long as it took me to do these first 2.3. But we'll see. I'm not really in a rush. I'm still kind of just acclimating to the altitude, and I don't want to kill myself getting started. I'm going to go slow and listen to my body, and if it tells me I'm going too fast, I'm going to slow down some more. I want to show you one other thing too. Okay, so if you recognize this logo, Outside Comfort Zone, if you do recognize that logo, it probably means you're like me and you're a backpacker and watch a lot of YouTube videos about backpacking. That Outside Comfort Zone is a YouTube channel dealing with backpacking, and the guy that runs that channel, he goes by the name Snackbox. Well, I just ran into Snackbox a few minutes ago, and we sat and talked for a little while. So he's up here. He said he's actually getting off trail up ahead for a couple of days to go visit with people or something. and then he'll get back on trail later. So, you know, I may see him further up ahead on the trail, but it was pretty neat. I recognized him right off the bat and said, "Hey, that's Snack Box." And you know, we talked for a couple minutes, and nice guy. I know he's not really a celebrity, but if you're a backpacking YouTube enthusiast, he probably kind of is a celebrity. So that's it. I'll film some more up the trail. And I'm up to the high point of segment 1. First really good view, I guess, on the Colorado Trail. I'm at about mile 13-ish, 12.9, something like that. Just passed the high point a while ago, and that's the segment up ahead, looking ahead. That's segment 2, which is what I'll be walking through tomorrow, and then eventually up into those mountains way on the horizon. But yeah, first view, I guess, of the Colorado Trail, where you can see, you know, pretty good distance through the trees. It'll start to open up more as I go, but figured I'd film a little of this, let everybody have a peek. All right, I'm in my tent now. Ended up doing 8.2 miles today. A rough 8.2 miles. The first 4 miles were pretty much straight up. Gained between 13 and 1,400 feet in the first 4 miles today. It was tough. I was having problems breathing on the way up, so I kind of stopped a lot and took breaks to catch my breath. So just those first 4 miles, I got a late start too. I didn't start hiking until 9:30, and it took me, I got to the top at about 2:30, so it took me 5 hours to go 4 miles, counting the breaks I took. And then from that high point, I had 4 miles down to where I'm at, by the river, South Platte River. And I did those 4 miles in like an hour and a half coming down. So, coming down to the river wasn't that hard, but the up part was rough. But, got my tent set up. I'll be here for tonight, and don't think I'm gonna cook supper. I'm just gonna eat some snacks. I really don't feel like cooking tonight. I'll probably film a little bit more before I go to sleep. Okay, it's 6:42 right now in my tent. Got everything set up. Sure, I'll have to get out again to go pee, but other than that, didn't cook supper tonight. Ate some snacks. Really just haven't been hungry so far out here. I'm kind of having to force myself to eat. I've been out here for 2 full days, and I've only eaten the food that I had planned for one day. So maybe I'll lose some weight. I'll get more hungry as I go, but just haven't really been that hungry so far. So it is July 1st, and I haven't really mentioned this today until now. But this is the anniversary date of when my oldest daughter Allison passed away. It was 3 years ago today. And I've actually been on a hiking trip on July 1st ever since then, every year. I just like to be by myself, to be honest. Like, it's a tough day. It's a tough stretch of a couple of months, actually. Her birthday was May 1st. She died July 1st. So that time frame, May 1st to July 1st, is kind of rough for me. But I wanted to share something about something that's special to me. And it may seem kind of stupid. It may seem kind of crazy, but, it means something to me. One thing I brought with me that I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to kind of tell you the story behind it first. When Allison was alive, her and I never did go on a backpacking trip together, but she really liked the outdoors, and we had talked a few times about, at some point, her coming with me on a backpacking trip. She was really interested in it, and she liked the outdoors. She liked the whole idea of it, and we never did do that before she passed away. About 6 months after she died, I was at her grave. I'd go probably at least once a week for the first 6 months or a year, I guess. I still go every so often, but not as often as I did at the beginning. Her grave is about an hour and a half drive from my house, so it's not something you want to do a lot. But anyway, about 6 months after she died, I was sitting at her grave, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, but if not, oh well, I do it. I sat there. That day I'd sat there for about 3 hours probably, and I just talked to her like she's there. And I was getting ready to leave, and I told her that I loved her and I miss her. And then I said, I wish there was some kind of way that you could tell me that. And right when I said that, there was an oak tree
that was right behind her grave, at the headstone. And it was no wind at all that day. Perfectly calm, sunny day, no wind, no rain, nothing. But as soon as I said, I wish there was some kind of way that you could tell me that, an acorn from that tree flew down at like 100 miles an hour and just slammed into her grave, whatever you call the top part, the tomb. I don't know. I'm not good with that kind of terminology. But this acorn, it didn't just fall. It was like it was shot from a cannon, and it hit the grave and bounced right to my toes. And, it was almost like that was her telling me, I love you too, I miss you too. And I still have the acorn. I keep it in this little Ziploc bag so it doesn't get messed up or anything, but I've had it with me ever since, and that's been about 2.5 years ago. And what I'm kind of thinking today is that, this acorn is kind of part of Allison's spirit, and so I'm taking her with me on this hike. And I'm sorry, I miss her a lot. And it's hard. And even 3 years later, it's really hard. But she's always on my mind every day. But today especially, she's been with me all day long. And I just wanted to share that. I think I'm gonna probably watch a movie and go to sleep early tonight, because I really want to try to get up early to start segment 2. There's no water for like 11 miles, so I want to try to get through it before it gets too hot. And I'll talk to y'all some more tomorrow.